we go. All right, welcome to the show. We've been off for a couple days, couple weeks, but we're back at it. We are on the air doing a live analysis of Facebook Marketplace, pet peeves, everything. What are we going to look at tonight? What's the analysis?
We're going to analysis deeply tonight. That's what we're going to do. We are about 0.5% to 0.75% more prepared than we normally are. We're trying to find some fun stuff on the internet to look at.
Analysis size.
To analyze in the used bike world. Because we've been talking a lot this year about the bike industry and how new bikes are cheap right now because they're overstocked and everything's on sale, and that's all good. But we were thinking, what is the used bike market looking like?
I spy.
And so we're gonna do a little peeping.
A little peeping
on the internet or web, and take a look at what's out there, local wise for the most part, and see what can be got
on the Facebook Marketplace and some of the guidelines.
And a little bit of the C list as well.
Oh, yes. And this is interchangeable with Craigslist, but I feel like the Facebook Marketplace has been adopted
over
by the masses. But I also feel like don't ignore Craigslist because there's a lot of people who
can find a Trek Y22 for
Hold on, let me put this up.
$50.
I'm putting this up on the screen. Look at that. My dream is to turn one of these into a bass guitar.
I believe it's been done, has it not?
It has been.
You want to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Hands-on, do it yourself. Wow. There's your starting bike. This one's going for a bit of a premium price because it's been converted to a one-by. Which,
oh God,
this bike never would have imagined that its future would have been a one-by when it was created. But behold, here he is.
What's the price on that? This Trek Y22. What year? Circa? Is that a
90?
Late 2000s?
Not late 2000s. Late 1900s.
Yeah, 1900s.
Yeah.
Late 90s. That's what I was thinking.
Late 90s.
Late
yeah.
90s.
They
Look
don't
at
have
that.
the year. They want $480 now. Why the 80?
400. Ooh.
I don't want to ask for 500.
Well, he'll take 400. Sorry, I just assumed it was a he.
Should we call people live on air tonight and see what they'll take for these? Then I got to commit to buying a bike.
I'm down. I am 100% down to call someone, see if they'll answer, if there's a number there.
Right.
One, I want to just say, our show is brought to you by liquor. There's a little bit. We're enjoying the Leopold Brothers on the rocks there with a little bit of ginger ale.
Sorry, I'm responding to people who are asking about the show right now.
So, oh, the show's happening right now.
The show's happening right now.
It's actually live.
You can catch it.
So I worked at a shop, and we were actually
You worked at a bike shop?
Once.
Wow, you're so
10
cool.
years ago, I worked at a bike shop once.
Yeah.
For about a weekend during a festival.
Weekend. Okay.
And I worked the cash register, and that's about all I did. But
very great.
At the shop we worked at, I've actually worked at shops that are really cool with checking out used bikes. I've worked at shops that aren't. I actually enjoy just embracing it. Like, there are deals to be had on these bicycles. And a used bike is a great way to get a ton of value. Unless it's stolen. And actually, Cameron, on here, we did a little sting operation for Cameron. His bike got stolen, and his name is actually on the pedals. And the guy posted it on Craigslist. And we're like, that's the bike. And my roommate, Phil, at the time, found it, set it up. We got him to meet us in a parking lot, and then we called the police. There's a video on my YouTube channel of the dude getting busted.
Oh, see, Curtis and I also did a sting to get back a bike that had been stolen from the bike shop. And we didn't call the police. We just showed up, and they had two people, and Curtis met the person, and I watched the other person, and then Curtis said, we're just going to keep this bike because it's ours, and that person didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So yeah, we stung them back.
Yeah, so anytime you're dealing with Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, there are stolen bikes on there. And if a deal is too good to be true, this is probably too good to be true. So just look out, protect yourself, don't buy stolen stuff. Best you can. And there's a couple things to do.
Or if you can buy, no.
Just buy a whole garage, dude.
Don't buy stolen stuff.
Don't go to the dark side.
I know.
Everybody's just stealing everybody's stuff.
Nick.
So, meeting people in a public place. Another thing, Craigslist and now Facebook is trying to make it so you buy stuff and ship it.
Well, they want you to use their currency. It's your money, but it's their.
They want to be a hub.
They want you.
And then they take a cut
to take some of the money. Yeah.
But one thing is, I don't trust Facebook. One, there's rules and regulations on if somebody doesn't deliver, if you don't follow all the rules, you may not get your money back. I'm not sold on it. I only use Facebook and Craigslist for local deals. And then if I want to sell something to a broader market, I go on eBay. And there's a little bit of a fee, but
the same.
You're probably going to sell it a lot quicker with a lot less hassle, and I'm okay with paying that fee. So there's different marketplaces.
When was the last time you bought something on Facebook or Craigslist? Bike-wise.
Oh. I've sold stuff, but I haven't actually bought bike stuff. Now, I did buy a hail-damaged Volkswagen Passat off of
there you go.
Facebook, and I bought the Sprinter van off of Facebook as well. So I bought vehicles, and I bought some other items. And camera gear.
Okay. Yeah. I recently bought a bike. I don't buy bike stuff on there.
But I've been thinking about it
normally,
because some of the deals, dude.
Deals are there to be had. But it has to be what you want. That's
Yes.
the thing. Sometimes I'll just scroll what's out there to see, just because I don't always know what I don't know what I don't have. I don't know what I could want. So I have to see what's out there. And there's all sorts of wonderful things that you can just buy with your money instead of, starting a college fund for your children.
Yeah.
I did recently have to buy something through Facebook Marketplace. This was great, though. So I was looking for it's a kit with a long derailleur hanger and a little change of the mounting bolt for a SRAM red access rear derailleur to allow it to run a wider range gear range. Because it's built for a 1033. With this kit, you can run up to like a 1042, I think. All right, by swapping these parts.
Yeah.
Now you could buy it from the company, but they're in like Slovakia or something like that, and it's a chunk of money, and then a chunk of shipping. So you could get it, but it takes a little bit, and it costs a little bit. And then I went on to eBay, and I found one on eBay. It's like, great. There's one on eBay. I could save a little bit of the shipping that way. But then you know what I discovered on eBay? The item was in Denver. It was local. And I was like, great. What do you do? What do you do in this situation? You see an item on eBay, and you discover that it's local. What do you do?
Two things.
Tell me, because this is the good stuff, guys. Trust me.
I will check and see if it is on Craigslist or Facebook. Because a lot of people post both eBay and they'll post locally, and if they can sell it for more without the eBay fees, then
Ding, ding, ding. That's
boom.
it.
Yeah, so if you find something on eBay, it's in Denver, then check Facebook or Craigslist.
Exactly.
Boom. You get the best deal.
Because you can't, you know why? Because you can't make a proposal in eBay to meet up locally or to buy outside of eBay.
You have to buy through eBay, but you can pick up local
They
on eBay.
even have like whatever computers and robots and maybe just people in warehouses, I don't know, who filter through the conversations.
Like, meet me, here's my email
Yeah,
address.
if that stuff pops up, you get flagged. They're like, hey, no, you can't do this. They like delete your messages and stuff like that. So if you see what you want on eBay, all this is just to say, don't go to bike shops. No, I had to buy a part that cannot be gotten from a bike shop.
Yeah.
I know because I am a bike shop and I know people who have bike shops and this was not available from them. So found it on eBay, but then I saw that he was in Denver, so that's exactly what I did. I went on to Facebook Marketplace, typed in the item, bam, popped up. There it was. He had posted it Facebook, so I contacted him and said, hey, can I come buy the thing? And he said yes, which is great. That's what you want. And I went, gave him some cash money, some paper.
Boom, cash, too. Cash is king.
And I acquired the item. It was new, as described. He made some money, and it worked. So if you can bypass in this case, eBay is the man.
Yeah.
Facebook is also the man, and they want to take your money by having you pay through them. Don't do it.
And they take eBay takes a good cut.
eBay takes a good cut, yeah.
It's like 12%.
Yeah, a few years ago, I sold my mountain bike hardtail on eBay, and what I ended up getting deposited back to me was the amount that I told someone locally I would not accept for it. So I could have sold it locally and not had to deal with everything by the time I ended up with the same amount of money. But I was like, oh, I'll just sell it on eBay. Sold it for more, but by the time the fees went, I didn't get as much.
It really hurts. Yeah, if you're selling something that's like $3,000, you know.
Yeah.
Because I've sold some camera gear, and you see what you get back, and you're like, oh yeah, and then taxes on top of that. So eBay does taxes. So eBay is like kind of the last resort. But I also had an issue where I bought something and it never got shipped, and I contacted the guy, and he immediately said, yes, you should flag it. I stole your money.
Wow.
And I flagged it, and then eBay gave me the money back.
So did he get the thing?
Well, I was buying a lens, a camera lens from him.
You were buying.
And I made the mistake. One, I also don't buy out of country unless it's something really desirable, because you can get some really interesting Soviet lenses for cameras that are really awesome.
Various medications.
Yeah. So you can get some really cool stuff, but you're also running a risk like that it doesn't show up. That I did not look and see that it was coming from Russia. I bought it, and then the guy was just honest. He was like, yeah, you should report it immediately. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, I will do
cool.
That.
No buttering that up. And I said, hey, I didn't get the product. I want my money back, and eBay gave it back. So that built a lot of confidence in buying stuff off of eBay, even though there are fees, there are taxes, all that good stuff. So yeah, so I always try to go local first with Craigslist, Marketplace, and then eBay for a broader market, but you're going to take a hit on those fees, dog.
You are.
Another thing I want to bring up is doom scrolling Facebook Marketplace, dude.
That's what I'm doing right now.
He's just scrolling.
I gotta see what's out.
All
I have
these
to see
bikes.
what other people have, like this 2008 Parley.
2008. Let's. I'm going to show you what Jason's scrolling on here.
This is the Front Range Bike Swap.
What do we got?
Which is a subgroup of the broader Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, we froze.
Oh, we froze. I didn't freeze, man.
We froze. Hold on, let me
Not
put it
frozen.
back. Every once in a while, your computer freezes. Yeah, I can't show you a parlay. Didn't Parlay go out of business? The great shuttering.
They did, and then they were bought. We talked about this earlier. They ended up getting bought by like a single dude.
Oh,
Bought it out because like, what do rich guys do?
They
buy
buy
parlays when they get really rich. They buy parlay bike companies. So, yeah. Anyway,
but I also use Save Search a lot when I
use what?
The save search, like when you
What is this?
search something and you can save it, so when that pops up, it tells you. So you can be very
Sounds
efficient.
technologically advanced.
You just go and you make a search and you save your search.
Where do you
And
save it?
It's in there somewhere in the
Is it on
thing.
like the computer?
It's inside the computer.
Ah, man. The kids.
But yeah, especially like Craigslist. Too, you can say you do a save search and like that way it lets you know what pops up. If you're like, hey, I want a Trek Madone, or I want a Pivot whatever bike,
Right.
a mountain bike. Oh, sorry guys.
Oh,
Oh,
so embarrassed.
so embarrassing.
We'll cut that out in editing.
Ungentlemanly. Ungentlemanly. But let's see. Oh, there we are.
Oh,
Look, there's
Used shoes.
used shoes are the best.
Do we buy used shoes on the internet, guys?
I don't. I actually have a personal thing about used shoes.
Yeah, I don't buy. I'm not.
I don't do used shoes. I've had toe fungus. I'm gonna just be real for a minute. I don't anymore. I've cured myself. I had to take medication, but I did get the toe fungus
From Russia?
From Russia, from buying some Soviet shoes.
They threw it in with the lenses.
Yeah, great Soviet shoes.
Nice.
When was the headset last serviced? I don't know.
If people used Hub Tiger, they would know
Hub Tiger.
when their headset was serviced, but we keep up
Hub
with that.
Tiger. But if you're new and you don't know, have a lot of experience with purchasing a bicycle and you want to go the used route, may not be the best thing. That's why bike shops exist, to actually help you. You want to find a bike shop. But some people go in and they're like, I'm going to buy a used bike, even though I know nothing about used bikes.
Well, but the thing is, especially in the Denver market, there's so much used stuff to buy.
So much.
That can't.
And right now,
perfectly fine. Yeah, there's
it's
tons now.
insane.
Well, just scrolling through, even to going through. So, in all honesty, we were trying to find like some dumb post to make fun of.
We're still going to make fun
We're
of
going to
posts.
do our best because that's fun for us and for you. But I've been scrolling for a year for a while, and actually most everything I'm just like, oh yeah, that's not bad. That's fine. That's fine. I haven't come across anything quite ridiculous, which isn't my bad. I haven't done my proper journalistic research for you guys tonight. But the point is, there's a lot of stuff in our market.
Insane amount of stuff right
So
now.
much used stuff, and there's like
everybody's
really good-
dumping what they bought during
really good stuff to have.
2021.
Yeah. It's all out there.
It's like, hey, I don't actually ride bikes, so
Right. Everyone's like, oh, I thought I was gonna get into mountain biking when we thought the world was ending, and now turns out I'm just gonna stick with watching golf on the weekends because that feels safer. Maybe people thought they were into biking only when they thought the world was ending. Like, world's ending, I need to try extreme sports.
Now, one thing I wanted to bring up here in the notes is,
Oh yeah, you got your.
is there a difference between purchasing a road bike and a mountain bike?
Ooh, there is a difference between purchasing them. One of them is not for mountain biking. And you need to know the difference. This is why there's magazines like Mountain Bike Action that you can buy at the grocery
Mountain bike
store.
fiction?
And you can figure out what the difference is. This is how you go through life. In the case of used bikes, yeah, there's a huge difference between road and mountain. All right?
Generally, do mountain bikes get ragged out
Degenerately?
hard? Like, hard.
Mountain bikes get ridden hard,
So,
treated poorly, and not maintained because maintaining them is
it's stupid.
It's expensive.
You could just buy a new bike.
It's expensive. I say, oh, cool. That's going to be $1,200. I can buy this for $1,500 on Facebook Marketplace. So suck on that, bike shop.
So, mountain bikes get ragged out, and I've seen it so many times. Worn out drivetrains, suspension that hasn't been serviced in 3 years. So
Or ever.
you have
Yeah.
stripes on the stanchions. If you see stripes on the
Stanchions.
stanchions, stanchions
They were-
to hold up a cow. Stanchion is a
You have to go
upright-
back a couple episodes.
Yeah,
for
you
that
gotta go.
one. We etymologized stanchions, and it has nothing to do with bikes. That's
It's
for
a
sure.
farming equipment. Stanchions are it's a tube to milk a cow. And somehow it became a bicycle part. Wow.
Because bike people were idiots.
Because some guy's dad was like, I'll make a suspension fork.
Yeah, just cut that stanchion. That'll work.
Get it from the cow.
I need
Pasture or
I need a
whatever.
tube about this long, about that big around. Oh, I know which one will work. This is a stanchion over there by the dairy barn.
Okay, so, dude, mountain bikes in Denver. Like, if you're going to buy a mountain bike,
And by the way, when we say Denver, we mean the greater Denver area. Okay.
Front Range.
Get with it. We're not gonna.
Fort
we're not gonna.
Collins.
We're talking Denver.
What about
we're
the
talking
Springs?
Golden.
Do they have mountains down in the Springs? Colorado Springs?
They have the spring. They have springs.
And they, yeah.
There's mountains down there. Yeah, they got some. They got some rolly ones. They got some. They got some like lumpy ones, and
So-
a couple of pointy ones.
The point of the rant, though, was that mountain bikes get ragged out hard. And you
Yes.
should definitely have a professional look at it because you're making an investment. Just go to a bike shop, pay them a little bit of money to look through the bike. They don't have to fix it. Just look through it, check the drivetrain, check the suspension, check the pivot points. Do all that. Pay a little bit of money to check it out to make sure you're getting a good investment. Just like when I bought a Sprinter van, I took it to a mechanic. I said, hey, what's wrong with it? They were like,
not a bike mechanic.
I did not take my Sprinter van to a bike mechanic, but I took it to a mechanic. I paid the mechanic. It was
Aw.
like $300 because I'm a decent guy.
You're a baller.
Yeah, Shakala. But they ran through it and they were like, yeah, it needs like $6,000 worth of work. Awesome. I got $6,000 off the price.
Oh,
Yeah. Negotiations.
you got to know how to play that. Kind of like the Surly with the. So
Let's take a look at that.
I was shopping, and I came across.
Look at this beautiful
looking
photo.
at the photo, this is their thumbnail.
Yes.
Whatever. This is the photo you see when this ad comes up.
This sells
They claim
bikes.
it's really cross-checked, but we see a microchipped derailleur. But when you're talking how to negotiate, how to make the deals, this is how you do it. Just like with your Sprinter van. Okay, we got a bike clearly, and a derailleur. So what's next? Oh, there it is. It is a Surly, wonderful. Blow. We got some pink pedals. I'm liking that. Very good. Oh yeah, close up of those.
Kickstand.
Confirm that they are pink.
Yep. Pink pedals.
Kickstand for kickstand life.
Kickstand.
Happening. There is a Topeak saddlebag.
But what's inside?
I would love to know what's inside.
What's inside?
Oh, great. Yes, there is a tube, a CO2 canister, use unknown, and what appears to be a bottle of Finish Line brand chain lubricant.
So chain lube, a tube.
You do not need to carry chain lube on your bike.
Our bike's an investment. I think they're an investment in your health. You are taking money, you're buying something. It is an investment.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
But this certainly has a problem.
Oh, what's the problem?
Well, the telltale sign was at the first photo, which if you were a super expert like us, you could tell that chain was dangling a bit much. Oh, see, we have a problem.
The chain is off. We already have a
Damn,
problem.
Chain's on the bike. So,
Oh.
you see this bike, they want $600. You'd be like, hey,
Your chain's
I took
off.
this to my mechanic. The chain's not on. I'll give you $400. $200 off. He says it's gonna take $200 to put the chain to fix the chain. Boom. That's how you do it.
Yeah, offer them 150, low ball. By the way, I ignore extreme low balls. I ignore. I will negotiate,
Yeah.
but like, don't be offensive. I also, when
Don't
I
be
sell
offensive.
something, I do a thing called comps, comparable listings.
Oh, man, this sounds
Comps.
like research, and it sounds like school, and it sounds like why I didn't stop going to school.
I do comps. I'm gonna go and see, hey, what's this selling for?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to eBay. I'm gonna go to Craigslist. I'm gonna go to the marketplace. Should it be called Meta Marketplace? No, Meta's the brand over top. But I'm gonna go see.
Yeah. When does the Cameron? Can the marketplace be viewed in the VR? Cameron will know.
Yeah.
I want to be able to view bikes in 3D
Yeah.
and act like I'm looking at it from all sides.
But I'm
Get
gonna
with
go.
it, Zuck.
Also, this could be a limited edition because they discontinued the Crosscheck.
Oh, it is a limited edition.
Yeah.
It's limited now.
Limited now. They
Yeah.
stopped making them.
That's right.
But what's a Crosscheck going for in other markets? I'm gonna see what it is.
That's good. Good.
$600 is a good deal. Cause
This bike would have been probably what, about $1,200 new?
yeah, 12.
Flat bar with a micro shift 1x setup.
Yeah, somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200.
We could probably find out.
Let's see. So
We're not gonna worry about that.
I'm gonna see what the market's asking for a bike, and then I'm gonna price it accordingly. And if somebody brings up a good point and they're like, "Hey, man, can you take $50 off?" I've got because of this, I might consider it. I might do it.
Well, Natalie doesn't think bikes are not sure bikes are considered an investment. Okay, that wasn't.
Consider, in the sense of
There.
you're trading money for a good.
Yeah, I don't think like if I were to go to like a,
Do you
a
think we
stock
could-
trader and show him like my bikes, I don't think it would impress him at all. In the instance of
It's like, look at all these bikes.
look at this. Don't you see?
It's like
I have a
a
mountain
plethora.
cycle San Andreas
It's Mountain Cycle San
With-
Andreas.
with XTR. Yes, I don't think they're probably considered investment items.
No.
But I'm not well versed in the investments, so I wouldn't know. I am,
Look at
however,
this
well
plethora.
versed in the bicycles.
I think I use that just terminology. It's just terminology just to sound cool.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
uh,
Nick, let's say you are shopping on the internet for bikes.
crypto to the moon. Yes, Chris Harris, he gets it. What's up, apes?
What? Let's say you kind of know what you're after.
Yeah.
Loosely.
Let's give it a name.
And you're scrolling.
What would it be?
What
Maybe
you're after?
San Andreas. You're looking for a mountain cycle San Andreas.
I don't think you're gonna find one just bumping around. Let's say
Oh
I'm
my
looking
God.
for. We'll get here.
Let's say we're
We
looking
gotta
for a
figure-
Bianchi. Let's pick a bike, any bike.
I was gonna ask.
Does anybody want to tell us what bike are we looking for on the marketplace?
I was gonna ask what are the things what are your red flags that you watch out for as you're perusing the used listings?
Price that's way too low, probably stolen. And then
But okay.
like
Now, how do you?
obvious.
but
like this
what
is
if
a
it's-
$3,000 bike for $300. Like that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Huge red flag. Dude.
I want to buy it so bad though.
I know. I saw an ad for a Civic. Because I look at cars. It's one of the
Like an
things.
entire town?
Like a Honda Civic.
Oh,
Yeah. And it was like
sorry.
a 2019 Civic for like $2,900, which is like a steal. It's like that car goes for 12 grand, $12,000.
Steal.
It's a steal, and it was a scam, 100%.
Yeah.
And one of the things is I asked for the VIN, and he gave me the VIN, but the VIN was to a 2020, so like wrong year, mismatching VIN. It was weird. And then also another thing, if you're talking to a bot. I want to bring up talking to bots. Like, just ask something specific, and it won't know how to handle it, and it'll just be like, "Yes, can you meet on Tuesday?" And you're like, "Does it have chrome rims?"
Right.
And they're like, "Sure, can we meet on Tuesday?" "But does it have chrome rims?" "That sounds excellent.
That's great.
I'll see you at noon. But can you make a bank transfer
To here first. Yeah.
to here first?"
Or can you confirm this 4-digit Google code for me?
Oh, dude, that's a
Stay
whole
away from that one.
That's a whole thing because they've already hacked your account, and then they want you to send them the confirmation code.
Yeah.
So, never send
You're
anything
that
to anyone.
close to giving away everything. No, don't give people anything.
Nothing.
No. But listings when it comes so red flags. Price too low.
Way
you
too
say
low.
is going to be stolen bike.
Yeah, and then you read the description, and it says something like, "This was my grandmother's bike.
So you live by the if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yes,
kind of
100%.
That's a good
I've
one.
never had a too good to be true situation pan out. I always get really excited, and then I go,
Except with your wife.
yeah, with my wife. That was too good
Mine
to be true.
too.
Yeah.
Our
Too good to be
wives are
true.
Too good to be true, and it's worked out good. See, that's how you're supposed to do that. What, are we reading stuff? What?
I was
Looking for
reading
something
comments, dude. Getting in the
125.
comments.
Yeah, there's. Oh man. Young has a downhill bike for sale.
Does he? Is it on the
Yeah,
marketplace?
shall we find it? Let's pull it up.
Dude, we're gonna roast Young's.
We're gonna
It better be
dox
good.
Young's bike.
Look, we judge on photo, description,
We're gonna.
price.
Here we go. We're gonna analyze
Yeah.
Young's posting.
Here's
All
the
I gotta
analysis.
I gotta find it.
Another
Do we
thing.
get past the broken Cervelo? We've got the. I love spelling mistakes. We've got a Jamais.
Jamais.
The gravel bike.
It's not Jameis.
It's Jamais.
It's ripe for. Oh.
It's similar to Trek or Specialized.
Hold on. Is this a Yamis? Hold on.
It's a Jamais.
A Yamis?
Yame.
Yamis? Yamis?
Yames.
The soft J. 29
It's
inch.
a Yames, yeah.
This is a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. It's an adventure bike. It's also a gravel bike.
It's
It could
also,
also be a commuter bike. Might also be considered a hybrid. We don't know how it allows what it wants to be called. That's between you and it once you purchase it.
Yeah.
Generally, it is similar to Trek, except it doesn't say that, and it's similar to Specialized, but also a different brand still.
It's kind of like all these other brands.
Oh, look, see, this one's in the
Oh, I love. Look at.
stolen bike potential zone. So they went $400. We got a Jameis aluminum gravel bike that's probably what, 1,500 or so new, 15, 18.
That
we
might
got
be a little generous. It's mechanical brakes.
That's about what they run.
It's aluminum. Is that aluminum fork?
That's aluminum.
If
Probably
it's aluminum fork, then that's like sub 1,000. I'm gonna go.
Renegade Exile.
Ooh, Renegade Exile. And dude, prices have been so wacky with the spike of 2021 and then this massive decline of prices is just.
This is BJ's bike, so this guy apparently just sells bikes, though. So we'll see. But it's
Look at that
it's a pretty-
picture. It's got a computer.
got a computer
Because
but
you
like
know.
the bike's is laying in the grass. It's any number of kinds of bicycles. It has a tube valve. Great. I mean, I think he's photoing the rim. I-23. And then the screenshot, like the terrible screenshot of the spec chart.
Low res, dude. That's like 480p.
This
Can't
is
handle
probably
it.
fine, but there's
Where's
a few
Jeff
little
Young's
red
bike? I
flags.
thought we were looking
I
up.
was looking. I got
We're looking up
distracted.
Jeff Young's bike.
Well,
Jeff Young's in the
Yames.
chat, and we want to look up his
It's
bike
a
listing.
Santa Cruz V10.
A V10?
Bam. All right, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Vertical.
First mistake. We got to roast him on this one. Look at that muscle in the reflection.
Oh, look at that muscle in the reflection.
Dude, he is.
That's intentional. That's intentional.
Sun's out, guns out. Look
For
at
sure.
that.
Yeah, can I zoom in on that?
One, I'm picky with my photography
It
because,
didn't work.
okay, I want it on a smooth, consistent surface. Like, find a white wall.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, we got muscle.
Look at that.
But we got a V10. We got a muscle. But it's why is this
See,
a
it's
screenshot?
distracting.
Why is this a screenshot of a photo? 1 of 8.
Oh, he called a good point. 1 of 8.
Jeez.
Screenshot of a photo.
Vertical.
Burn.
Okay. So far we got. Guy
I'm
in the
distracted by
shadow.
his muscles.
I'm not distracted. Maybe it's a distraction. I'm stuck.
like,
I'm stuck staring.
Who's that stallion and what's his story?
Yeah, right?
It's
I
so
wanna know. I want
mysterious.
to know who this is way more than I want to know what this is.
Yeah. He's selling a bike.
Absolutely.
He's selling a bike, but what's his story? You know? What's he doing? What's he gonna do with that my $4,500? Once he gets it, is that going into gym equipment to get that stoke up?
Definitely going into gym equipment. Yeah. All right, where we at? Where'd it go?
What?
Sorry, I lost it.
What's the story? Tell me the story on the description.
For sale is my V10 size large. Well, obviously it's for sale. You posted it in the for sale.
Yeah.
The bike is in excellent condition.
Okay. Has that been verified by a bicycle mechanic?
I mean, I know the bicycle mechanic who can verify it. But he does not have receipts. This is pre-Hub Tiger, so.
Okay.
The pictures speak for themselves.
You can vouch, though, dude.
Pictures speak for themselves, you know. This bike gave him these guns.
Yes.
Sounds like it speaks for itself to me. The wheels have cush core installed.
Oh.
The bike
That's what a lot of kids like these days.
They do like it, to have the cush core installed. The bike is 3 seasons old, and I barely rode it last year, and not yet this year.
Oh.
Yeah, because trestle ain't open yet, dog.
Trestle's not open, so get it before it gets just roasted.
So, we got no specs.
Any more photos?
We got photos.
Let's see some more photos.
What's up next?
Oh, back end.
There's your back end, yeah.
All right.
Drivetrain.
Let's cut to that. There's the drivetrain.
Yep.
Front wheel.
Front wheel and fork, which looks.
Okay. Looks
go.
decent.
All right.
One pet peeve though. Do we
Go.
have a close up of the tire? Do we have a close up of the brake? That's what I like to see.
Not really. Oh, we got the undercarriage again.
There's the undercarriage.
Been paying for that undercarriage wash at the car wash.
Oh, dude, we got some armor on there.
Yeah, super armor. It actually has also a full layer of shelter tape in addition to the armor.
I do like that we have a good view of that part of the stanchion.
Yeah. Nice stanchion action going on.
Oh, front. Boom.
I mean, somebody did a good job of keeping the cables all the right length. So
Juicy.
liking that. The dog's got food or no? Who are we feeding here? We have more distractions in the photos.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Like, I want to know who's being fed here. Again, more than what this is now, because
Dog bowl in the background. Classic mistake.
There could be like a cute little face that I'm not seeing, and I'm at this point.
What's the story?
I want to see what that is.
What's the story with that flower pot? You got any dead bodies in that flower pot?
There's nothing in there.
Nothing in there, dude.
Yeah.
What's on the other side of that screen
Your
door?
back porch appeal is pretty rough here. Not much happening.
All right. Okay,
Oh.
another flower pot.
Okay.
Is that a spit cup in the flower pot? Are you chewing tobacco, Jeff Young? This is time to get real. The bike does have a bell to let people
It
know.
does have a bell, which you can discern even through the blurry part of the bicycle that
Yeah.
is.
I want to know what's inside that house, honestly.
Yeah. Show us that house, man.
Show us that
Give us
house.
that tour. See, we came bike shopping. Now we're past the bike.
I want to buy that house. I want to make an
Give
investment.
us that house. It also has a
Okay.
shifter.
Little
and
too
a
dark.
right grip.
I see we've done some landscaping.
Gravel looks good.
Gravel looks good. We got
Yeah,
a
it's
post.
clean.
You think that's a pergola?
It's a stanchion of some sort.
It's a stanchion for sure.
And
Oh, there it
number
is.
8, there's
Back derailleur.
back tire.
Back tire,
Back
derailleur.
here,
Looking good,
Some
race
dirt on the
face.
tire.
All right.
Race face arcs, probably one of the most underrated rims out there.
All right. So that was an example. I have to say we gotta get bikes on like white backgrounds or like a solid background. That's
Here's
my
the deal.
pet peeve.
Now that we know how we've what Mr. JP has done here, can we do better by him?
Wait a second. Has the bell been removed? He said in the comments, bell's been removed. We need to update this listing. That's not
Does
part
not
of it.
say so. Bike is in the wheels with cush core. The bike is 3 seasons old, and I barely rode it. Let me know if you want to come take a look at it. I want to come ring that bell, dog. That's what I want to do.
That's like a $70 bell. That's a good. Now,
It is. That's that spur cycle.
that's a decent listing. Also, the price isn't $300.
Yes, the price is fair.
And one thing that people do on the scams is they like make some excuse of like why they're selling the bike that's like weird. Like, this was my uncle's bike, but he went to
Or I have a I have a medical
Canada.
bill for my orphaned child that I lost. Wait, what? Is the child lost, or do you have a medical bill? Well, it's a little bit of both.
When you're
We need to
making
find him first.
a post, just say bikes for sale. That's all that matters. I'm selling this bike. I don't ride it. End of story. Ooh, Trek 2200.
Well, I've even I've even tried to stay away from like this thing's for sale because I'm like it's obviously for
It's
sale.
on a marketplace.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the.
Should we do a
Occasionally,
course?
I have like tried to get funny with the ads because you try to get more views with it, or sometimes I'm just bored and I want to like make jokes and I do that. So, but I haven't posted anything for sale in some time.
But that's a red flag when there's some like the price is low. There's some terrible story like behind it. You're just like, this is not a thing.
This isn't real. If it feels like it's not real, probably ain't real.
I do want to say, okay, is this available?
Well, it's just a button. Sometimes people hit it accidentally. I'm fine.
I've hit it accidentally.
Yeah.
I'm totally guilty of it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's a Facebook fault. They should not.
get rid of the is this available button. Make people tape. Tape.
Zuckerberg, I know you watch this. Get rid of the auto buttons. They don't promote anything. You know what they do? They make fake engagement.
Yeah, it's like, is this available?
They didn't fucking engage.
Available?
They didn't mean to. Get rid of it. Make your stuff work better so that people will engage because they want to, not because it was an accident.
Dude, I'm gonna just say, if it's up, it's available.
I was gonna be the CEO of Facebook and I turned it down.
Well, you should have made a social network. Let's hear what your first problem was. You probably could have made some money.
I was gonna. You were making points. What was your points?
Oh, my points were red flags. Jeff Young, like, I think your posting was like 7 to 8, somewhere in there, maybe 7.5. Improvements, definitely the photos. Let's get a white backdrop and the screenshot of the photo. I got to give you a ding on that.
I think honestly, if all you did was explain how this bike gave you these guns.
Yeah.
And then show. I mean,
let's cut to. I'm cutting to the view.
You probably can't show photos of your wife on the internet and be like, and then that's how I got this wife. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Like bike.
Yep.
Guns.
Yep.
Lady.
Classic.
Like, this is. Come on. You're talking.
But overall,
you're dealing with prime salesmen here.
Yeah. But not Amazon Prime.
And that's how I got this. What is happening?
Oh, we're getting the live stream. We're gonna.
Did this disappear from me?
Yep.
What happened? What happened?
So, yeah. So I mean, I wanted to talk a little bit about like how I use different platforms. You know, if you care.
We just.
But if
blipped and came
you know,
back.
like differences between Facebook. There's a little recap in my brain. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, kind of how I use them. I do dabble a little bit. I might buy a road bike.
Do.
Should I buy a road bike off of Facebook and just make it a show? Like film the interaction.
Are you road bike hunting?
I kind of want like some type of road bike.
Like a road bike? So
gravel.
Because that's the thing. We live in this world now where everybody just wants to buy a gravel bike and have it be a road bike. And you know what? They're not the same.
So
road bikes are fast.
Gravel
bikes are not.
I've never owned a road bike. I've always bought cross bikes, and I run 32. Because you know what? I don't like running tiny tires. You know what I do? I bunny hop curbs.
Yeah, but there's no curbs.
I go off jumps.
There's no jumps in the mountains.
There's jumps, there's rocks, there's things you gotta rip on, brother. And you know what?
32s are good. 30's good. 30's better.
32 is like, that's what I love on a bike. And you can still do miles, and it's still comfortable.
30's the way to go. I'm telling you.
Let's agree to disagree.
It's such a better.
There's a better tire
2
size.
millimeters.
There's a better tire. You're like,
pick your 32,
20.
please. 30.
dude, if
Oh,
this was
geez.
15 years ago, it would be like, all I run is 23C, and that's
Yeah.
I came up from 18C.
Right. No, I agree with you though. Road bikes are fantastic at wide tires.
Yeah.
They're the best. It's where they've all gone. But a lot of, this is a sidebar, a lot of current generation, like high-end, like race kind of oriented road bikes are capable of running 30, 32 millimeter tires now,
Correct. Yeah.
which is all because of disc brakes.
I bought a
Which is-
Norco Search, and that was the perfect bike.
You found one
I bought one. I searched,
and got one. Great.
and I found one.
Wonderful.
It was a steel frame, disc brakes, 2x. It was a 2x10. So it was like great gear range. But at the time, that was at the beginning of the great sickness. And I could only buy a 60 centimeter, and it was just too big. And
Yeah.
I rode it for a while, and then I came to terms. I sold it to my little brother,
Who's big?
who's like a couple inches taller than me. So
My little brother is also a couple inches taller
Yeah.
than me.
So whenever I make a bike decision, I call my brother and say, "Hey, you want to buy this bike?" But that came with 32s.
But you're,
It was great.
so this is a tough one. In your position, 32 millimeter capable road gravelish bike.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you're going to be in the gravel bike, cross bike zone still, because I don't.
I'd buy a cross bike. I don't care. Like, I don't need a slack
There's a
head
number
two-manual.
of bikes. I mean, I think about felt because that's what we sold back when I had the store. For starting in probably 18ish, maybe 17. Felt made a bike called the VR, which stood for variable road. But
Ugh.
anyway, it was a road bike. It was like their endurance category, whatever. But it was a road bike,
Yeah.
mostly for geo purposes. But it could run 35 mil tires. Pretty fantastic. That's
Wait a second. Are we going to get into all-road?
That's all. That's what you need is an all-road bike.
God dang.
No,
Oh, the bicycle terminology has got, like,
you know what all-road
we
is.
called it cross cyclocross, and we
No.
liked it.
All-road is just 27 by 1 1/4.
All gravel biking is
all-
long cyclocross. Let's just call it long cross.
It's not even well.
term
yeah,
tonight,
Yeah.
long
Gravel
cross.
biking is long cross.
Long cross, dude.
Yeah, that's fine. But all-road.
You're
and
welcome,
And a lot of
everyone.
gravel is just like
There's cross and
no.
there's
They're
long
just
cross.
bikes from the 70s that were 27 by 1 1/8 or 1 1/4. This stuff existed forever before. They just didn't have tubeless tires and disc brakes.
So, before I move on to what Jeff Young just said, I just want to say, Facebook Marketplace, this is the analysis. This is what I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see the change. One, I want to see pictures get better.
Better
You got-
pictures.
Dude, just put the bike against the wall and take
Against
a picture and
basic
fill the
wall.
frame.
Yes.
Fill the frame. And then you flip the bike over, you take a picture of the other
Yes.
side. And then you take a picture of the drivetrain as close as you can get with your phone.
Yeah.
Phone, nothing's fancy.
Sure.
And you do it in the brightest time of day because phones love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you take a picture of the brake and the tire, maybe a handlebar shot, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see out of everybody posting. If
And
you're
then-
a poster.
And then description-wise,
Yep.
what I want is bike, model, make and model,
size. Thank you.
size, all right, and then a brief list of the major components: shifters, derailleurs,
Yeah. I don't
crank
care
wheels.
the rim strips you have.
None of that stuff matters. Yeah, you don't. Nobody wants the screenshot of what the bike was like when it was new 12 years ago. That doesn't do anybody any good. Okay.
Or that you rode it across Europe
and then
in 2015.
Don't say that.
That's a terrible. Dude, if you did a trip through South America,
Just keep that bike.
Yeah,
That's fine.
just-
You don't need to sell that bike.
Done.
But then, yeah, brief description of the major components, and then a pretty good estimate of like mileage, which by pretty good I mean, guess low. Oh, it's got 1,200 miles on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even that, like, if the drivetrain's good to go, the tires aren't worn,
Yeah.
then
And you can preempt a bunch of stuff and be like, go ahead, have a bike mechanic check it out. Things are going to be fine.
yeah.
And then people are going to be like, oh, well, I guess I don't need to have a bike mechanic check because they said I could, and I guess I don't need to.
You call a bike shop and you say, hey, I'm looking into a used bike. Do you check those out for people? I'm happy to pay something for your time. Can I meet you with the seller?
Well, let's just make
That's what
a
we
pause
did.
here. To all people
All the people.
ever listening to this show, ever, for now and for the future, always, always, always be willing to pay people for their time for anything. That's it.
Yeah.
If people do a thing for you, give them some money. Great. Done. Let's go home.
Let's go
Wait,
home.
I'm home.
Thank you. Japan. When you're buying stuff off of Facebook, always meet in a place. And I don't feel good about buying stuff and shipping on Facebook yet. I do not feel comfortable with that interaction.
No. We don't need to ship. The only things you need to ship
Otherwise, just buy it new.
is if you have something that you know is weird and doesn't need, you're not going to just sell locally, right?
Yeah.
Great example. My hardtail a couple years ago, I should have just sold it locally. But I thought, oh, I'll get a couple $100 extra from eBay. I ended up having to ship it to Florida.
Ooh.
So
Don't get me started about people from Florida.
I know, right? But so I had to ship it, pack it up, go through all that, and then cross
I heard
my
they buy
fingers,
bikes.
hope that everything's fine when it gets there. Hope that the person likes it. Whereas if you deal locally, it's fine. Like you can walk up, you meet somewhere, and you're like, "This is the thing. What do you think about the thing?" And they go, I like the thing, or I don't like the thing, and then that's it, right?
Yeah.
Simple. But so I should have sold my bike locally. Didn't. But there's some stuff that it's kind of weird, and you're not going to sell easily locally because the number of people who are interested in that item is a smaller amount of items. So, for instance, I have a set of wheels up here.
Ooh.
They
He
are
does.
Rolf Prima. You know what the Rolf Prima are? Of course you don't.
No
Who
one
does?
cares. It's
Okay.
not a very. If it's not an Envy,
Oh, we didn't use the little GoPro tonight, did we?
we used it many times.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
You were
We
on
have
it?
2 angles. We
I
were
wasn't
just
even
on
paying
it.
attention. You guys were just getting the goods tonight and didn't even appreciate it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Rolf has really.
I've got
fallen.
basically they're 20-inch wheels.
You have 20-inch Rolf
20-inch
wheels?
Rolf wheels.
Hold on, I gotta get these.
See, it's even got his attention right there.
These guys?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Is this for recumbent?
Well, that's a question. What is this wheel for?
That's 100% like a
It's an uber light 20-inch wheel.
folding bike or
Now,
a
you need to
recumbent.
be aware that there are many different sizes of 20 inches.
Yes.
I forget which size this one is, but
There are slight differences.
I think there are at least 3 or 4 different sizes of 20 inches.
Ugh.
But extremely light, quick release,
This is an eBay
20-inch
sale.
wheels, right? In addition, the rear wheel has a cassette on it from Shimano.
What did this come off of?
You'll understand in a second. Do you know the word Caprio?
No.
See, this is great. So Caprio was a cassette that Shimano made years ago. Welcome to obscure, stupid knowledge that Jason knows.
Yeah.
Part of the show. We get fucking do
20
this.
years.
So Caprio is a cassette and hub, free hub body that Shimano made that allowed them to run a 9-tooth small cog.
Ugh.
And it was like a 928. Now, what would the use be? 20-inch small cog Bike Friday,
I knew it was a folding bike.
right? It was like a really nice folding travel bike that you could because the problem with 20-inch wheels is you need to have high gearing for them
I'm
to
not
make them go fast. So
I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to purchase a folding bike till I have an airplane. and I will
the
not
airplane
appreciate...
must come first.
Yeah, I'm not going
Right.
to appreciate folding bikes till I own my own airplane, which is going to be never. And so I think that answers that question. This is an eBay sell right here. eBay sell.
Exactly.
eBay.
This isn't even so. I could post this to the local market all day, every day, with the best photos, and
No one cares.
Like one person in the country wants this wheel set.
Yeah.
I just have to find them because
That's-
I don't want to do anything else with them. That's why I've had them for a while. It's like there has to be a person for this wheel set somewhere.
I would say go to the local aviation. I joke because
Oh, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, because people buy folding bikes to put in their plane. I worked at a Brompton dealer, and yes, most of the people had their own plane, and they wanted a small folding bike. So when they parked their plane, they had a bike to ride.
Yeah, that
And
makes
that's
sense.
why we sold Bromptons, another brand I don't
blipped
like.
out again. Keeps blipping.
But great point. That is an eBay sale.
Are you taking more?
Yeah, give it a little, just a touch.
A little
Daddy wants a
splashy
little more.
splash?
That's
There
an
you go.
eBay
And we're done.
sell for sure.
That's it.
What are the other changes? Oh, stop hitting. Is it available?
Every time you hit the counter, it's going.
Stop hitting.
Stop hitting the counter.
We don't want. Is it available? Like, ask me a question because I don't know if you're a bot or not.
Sorry. Jeff, you just said Cole made his MTB into a folding bike. That would be Curtis's intent from quite a few years ago.
Let's say a head tube snapped.
Yeah, head tube completely came off for that one.
Speaking of head tube snapped, can we pull up that shot of a certain head tube?
Oh yeah, more red flags for bike shopping.
Yeah, here's a
Bike
little
shopping,
red
here's
flag.
a red flag for you.
You ready? Here we
Um,
go. Okay, so what's... Uh-oh, we're black.
We lost our connection between the computer and the device again.
Hold on. It's not recognizing the feed.
So occasionally a seller will post a photo of a bike and they will point out fairly something that's a little bit amiss, something that's not quite right with the bike. Like, oh, it has this one little problem. Here's a photo. They're trying to be honest. We appreciate that. That's great. You should always strive for that. Okay. Are we still disconnected?
Yes.
Right. We got technical issues. We're gonna try. Let me make sure we're plugged in here.
We're plugged in. You need to see this ad or this listing. This is an amazing listing. This is.
Yeah, I'll unplug and replug.
Yeah, let's see. Are we there? Yep, there we are.
There we go.
Congratulations, America.
Take a look at that.
Now this. Now they did point it out and say
That's what I'm saying. They're being honest.
they're being honest.
But if you're shopping and you see something that just doesn't feel quite right, go with that gut feeling.
One, this is a huge red flag that Chris King headset was not installed properly.
I mean, it was installed.
It was installed.
It got in there.
It got in there.
I don't think it belongs in there.
Was it? You think it was rammed? That was a rammed headset. They did not face or chase to make sure that was within
I don't know that
tolerances.
any amount of facing and chasing would have made that work.
No, 100%. You make it to tolerance. The problem is that thing was jammed in there.
Chris King come from?
What?
Something else is going on here.
But it could have been an accident, 100%. I don't doubt that could have been an accident, but you have a crack on the top and bottom. That's a huge red flag that was not made to spec.
The whole thing is trashed.
Yeah, that head tube will fail. And
Offer them $25 for those Spinergies and hope they take it.
Oh, Spinergies.
And then
You think those
don't
are those
put them on
clinchers?
anything.
Are those clincher rims or are they
Tubies?
tubulars? Because if they're tubulars, that is not something you want to get into. Also, I love
My
how...
guess is still, it could go either way of that.
Do you see how somebody posted up in the corner a hose clamp? That is the best joke I've ever seen.
Hose clamps do not fix broken bicycles.
If you ride a bike with a head tube this cracked, you will lose your teeth.
This is truth.
So, we got to go back to that
computer
because...
dangling off the... off the...
Can you read that description for me down there? Custom built
bike.
Yeah.
The head tube cracked.
Head tube cracked. So they're
And
honest.
the left side bar tape is loose. So be aware of that.
Yeah.
The head tube cracked, and the left side bar tape is loose. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to get the bar tape redone if you buy this
Definitely.
bike. It has Campagnolo, Chorus
Campagnolo.
9-speed Gruppo, lightweight Spinergy Rev wheels, and apparently the bike shifts great.
The bike shifts great. You're going to want to ride this.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Get the bar tape fixed. The shifting's good. You're good to go. It's always indoor. It's an indoor bike. It's an indoor cat. It tries to get out all the time, but we are always like guarding the door because it's trying to get out. But it's been an indoor bike. We've made sure of that. We don't let our cracked head tube bikes go outside.
I would even be concerned if this failed while you were even riding indoor. That would not be good because you would just fall to your face. Like, especially if you're clipped in.
I'm kind of in the I would probably ride this indoor situation.
Maybe like suspended from the ceiling. Like I put a tie down strap to the.
But I'm not going to spend $600 for an indoor bike.
Yeah, $600. It's got old Spinergy wheels. Like, when did they stop making? They don't even make Spinergy wheels. Like, that's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it's late 90s Bianchi race bike. Like, it's cracked.
But here's the
You're
problem:
trying to milk.
people are trying to sell the late. I hit the disc. People
You
are
hit the
trying to
disc.
sell the late '90s as vintage cool.
Vintage cool.
And yeah, it is. I graduated high school in the late '90s. It's vintage cool, but you can't sell bikes based off it.
Jeff Young said, "What's the difference between jelly and jam? If your head tube breaks,
It's something about your mom.
yeah. If your head tube snaps off, you'll lose your teeth."
Yeah.
So, one of the things I want to say is
seed oils. I don't know.
anytime seed oils. Anytime there is a bend or crack in a head tube, do not buy the bike.
Don't buy a bike with cracked anything.
Well, crumpled head tubes all the time. We would see like Peugeots and like old road bikes.
And calling out the French. Fine.
The Peugeots.
Jerk.
And there's 7mm Allen wrenches on their stem or hex bolts on their stems.
No, I wish we had more. 7's such a great number. We should have more 7mm stuff. But
Yeah, and then where do you find a 7mm wrench? It's not in any sets.
I know, but it's a
There's
great
no
number.
7mm in the
There
sets.
should be more.
So another story about my Sprinter van. I needed a 7mm socket to take the front shocks out.
Oh.
So I had to go buy a 7mm. And then,
Quiz. What else uses a 7mm but in a wrench flat?
disc brakes.
But what?
The nipple. The bleed
On
nipple is
whose?
7mm. Is it Shimano or
Fuck
SRAM?
yeah.
Okay. Nailed it.
This guy's a pro.
Shimano 7mm
This
bolt.
guy's a fucking pro.
Here's another one. The van also used 47mm Torx bolts. No sets have 47. You have to go buy that piece a la carte. So if you use a 45, you strip it out.
When it's like ice cream and pie.
Chocolate, dog.
Oh wait, that's a la mode.
So,
Facebook
Facebook Marketplace.
It's
Let's get rid of the "Is it available" button because it's just pissing everyone off and being annoying.
Yeah, nobody wants it.
Nobody
it's not
cares.
Helping, it's not helping anybody.
There's a threshold you must cross when purchasing something, and it's being able to type some questions.
Like a legible question.
Can
that's
you
like,
meet
oh,
Friday
hey,
at 1?
I'm into this thing. It's my jam. It's the shizzle. Is that a word?
Yeah, the nizzle.
Whatever. And then it's like, oh, that's a person. They're stupid, but that's a person.
Yeah.
It's
not a bot.
right. I can't tell the difference between a stupid person and a bot any day of the week.
It's not a whole lot of difference. Okay, another thing about Facebook Marketplace. Overpricing something, like substantially, like $2,000.
Ooh, I thought we had one.
We overprice it, and then later we mark it down so it looks like an amazing deal. Let's look at this guy right here. Is this an overpriced? Oh, we're black again. Sorry. Why does it? Hold on.
Is that
No.
Oh wait, it's coming back. I think it might do it.
You gotta recognize. Is it coming back? What if I unplug it and then I plug it back in?
We got the overprice here. We talked underprice. We're gonna talk overprice.
There it is. So, check out this beauty, guys.
We got
this beauty here.
Fucking old Raleigh, whatever.
It's grand. It's sport.
It's grand. It's sporty.
You feel.
It wears like.
I feel
sneakers,
sporty.
To the office. That's what it does.
Like a $4,500 DH bike. No, the V10. That's a great deal for a V10.
It's a good starting price. Like you're not gonna get 45. We know because you haven't. Just no printer talk here. So anyway, Raleigh Grand Sport. This was first somehow originally posted at $2,850.
That's a $2,800 vintage bike right there.
What's the difference between vintage and just old shit?
There isn't. That's
Okay,
another
cool.
thing I want to talk about. Is this thing where back in 1970 they made crappy bikes. Did you know this? Oh, he's texting messages.
Viewers are asking about my dad,
Oh, okay.
but not publicly. So,
Back in 1970, they made crappy bikes, right?
who are they? And what's a crappy
Companies made crappy bikes.
bike? Yeah, they made terrible
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So a bike from 1970 isn't necessarily good. I think the Grand Sport was actually like a decent bike, but it's not a $2,800 bike. This is ridiculous.
No, because if you're spending $2,800 on a bike, like it's got to be one of a few things. One, you just have a bunch of money and you're like, I like it. I want to throw it in with all the other bikes. Fine, who cares? That's a thing. I feel that. I do that with so many things. Another would possibly be like, oh, that's the bike that my dad gave me that propelled my career into bicycle racing, and I lost it and it's come back and I can buy it now, and I've done so well in my bike racing career. I've got the extra cash. Bam, I'm going to buy it. That'll happen.
Yeah.
That'll happen. The other reason you would buy that bike is you don't know that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Which that's what the person is hoping. But that's about it.
Yeah,
Can't
I don't
think of
even.
any
Are there
other
any other
reasons.
photos on that?
I can't think of any other reasons why you're going to spend $2,800.
I mean, it's been
let alone
restored.
$1,000. What does restored mean? They put on a new saddle and
another
some
picture.
fucking bar tape?
Yeah, they put the saddle. Oh, great shot there. This is what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Pictures.
Yeah,
Okay,
This bike goes over tree stumps.
Yeah.
Dog.
You can lean it against tree stumps.
It's
Next.
got the wrong brakes on it, by the way.
Oh, it's got 700 wheels, but it's a 27-inch.
Yeah.
So, like,
Mistakes have been
the
made.
only other reason I can think of that you would charge this much for a bike like this, or attempt to, is that if it was the bike that some famous cyclist like Greg LeMond, this was the
Sure.
championship bike.
Yeah. Fair
And
enough.
maybe some collector would be like, I gotta have Greg LeMond's bike from the 1980 something, blah, blah,
blah,
blah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Other than that, like, dude,
no, even
come on.
$1,000, No.
No.
Like, it's fine. The only person who might spend $1,000 for this, maybe they're gonna. It's got the wrong wheels on it. Maybe they're gonna do like one of these Eroica rides where you have to do a ride on a vintage bike, and like this one's good to go out of the box. Like you're like, oh yeah, old bike. It's got a cool saddle, comfy saddle, bar tape, ready to go. $1,000, good to go. I have recently helped a buddy, or walked with a buddy, as he purchased a bike to buy for an Eroica event, and yeah, similar mindset can go into that, but not 2,000.
Yeah.
One maybe, but the Raleigh Grand Sport isn't particularly special.
No, it's
That's
not Geos or a
Just
Pinarello.
take off your Brooks stuff, put on something basic from Amazon, and sell it for $350. And
Yep.
off you go.
So yeah, this is a good one. Let's get artistic, guys. Okay, don't get too artistic.
Red flag or green? Red flag.
Red flag. No, I mean that's a good price. Like the price is within the range, right? But just trying to get too artistic with the photos.
Too artistic.
Too artistic.
It's not about that.
Are you selling me the mountain lifestyle?
Because I'm all about that already, man. I'm already here.
Look at that.
Like, fuck. XT brakes, but what kind? What kind?
And then
I can't tell. Are they 4-piston or 2? Looks like 2. That's
just
a deal.
clear photos,
That's a
guys.
fucking deal breaker. We got some shit going on here.
Oh, look at that. Crackety crunchy top tube.
We got some
delamination.
But they did keep their little sag indicator for as old as this freaking bike is, so I mean, good on them.
So I think those are our Facebook
second.
Marketplace.
Sometimes I
Gripes.
come across these bikes and I'm like, wait, do I know this bike?
Do I know this person?
I might know this bike.
Get it away from the stone tile.
Probably, yeah.
And let's rock and roll.
Back shot, yeah.
I do want to say, I was on the trail with Jeff Young the other day, and
we're just skipping topics like that.
we're jumping topics.
Guys, we're jumping topics.
Oh, hold on, guys.
Hold on, we're gonna get
hold
there.
on. Listen, we have to talk about something.
We're still talking about how to take photos of your bikes.
We're still talking
found
about
stuff. I did my journalistic work. At least we give you the fucking credit.
Okay, this is a classic. Potentially a dad
Yeah, this is
putting out the bike for sale. Here we go.
100% the dad trying to clean out the garage.
Well, just leaning on the
He's like,
trampoline.
I was like, the trampoline.
Get rid of this old piece of
Call it a
shit.
vintage bike. Dude,
Vintage.
put it out at the yard sale for $5 and just get rid of it.
Take it to Goodwill, man. It's got the triangle handlebars, so that you have two stems coming out to the handlebars. So
Dude,
the
this
handlebar and stem is integrated.
This is almost exactly what my mom bought for me when I was probably like 14 when I wanted a mountain bike.
Yeah.
And she bought something like this.
As you notice, the angle of the seat tube will stimulate your prostate
Which
and
is
other
a perk.
organs.
It's a perk. Yeah. It's a benefit. It's a value add. They might
Value add, and classic rack.
And no other photos. This is the only one.
That's the only photo. Bike on trampoline, we call that. I think that's an
Whoa,
art
whoa,
piece.
whoa!
What?
This guy's open to trades.
Okay, there's something about Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace is I have been hit up
What do
to
you
trade firearms and marijuana for stuff. Multiple times.
What does he want for that bike?
An old, like a 6-shooter.
What does this dad in Littleton want for this bike that's been sitting in his garage for his entire life?
Maybe some vintage
Dude, he has
magazines.
vintage Mad magazines.
Yeah.
Oh, just like
Oh, Cameron says negotiate, dude.
it's obscure Star Trek model kits.
Should we send him a thing? How much for the trampoline? Because the picture of the trampoline is way better than the bike.
It is, and the trampoline's in good shape.
Yeah, the
It's like a much better.
How much for the firewood, dude? That's a solid amount of firewood in the background. Look at that firewood
sweet.
right there.
That's a good stack. That's getting you through the first part of winter.
Yeah, that's
Good
like,
job, buddy.
hey, that might make us through winter if we
We're done.
low and
What about
slow.
this bike.
Look.
And then who does your lawn?
Yeah. Can you tell me? Because that's a green lawn.
Because it's looking good.
Yeah.
And I don't see any trees, so this is doing well.
Can you send him a message right now saying, I'm interested in the firewood and trampoline. Please throw the bike away. Oh, God.
He's like, my kids are still using the trampoline. I'm like, bro, what? You wanted to trade for something specific, so what is it that you want?
Next photo.
There's no others.
That's it.
Oh. Asking $100. Would be open to negotiate.
Okay, 60. I'll go 60.
No.
I'm crying, guys. Dude, seriously, send him a message about the trampoline. Type it up live right now. Be like, how much for the trampoline? Oh, dude.
Okay. All right.
Dude, seriously, firewood and trampoline. Oh, here we go. He's typing. How much for the trampoline?
All right.
Okay.
Oh, brother, I'm crying now. You got me laughing. Okay, I gotta wipe my eyes, man.
Dude, it's tears of joys, guys. Tears of joys.
This is tears of joy. I haven't laughed.
Okay.
All right, we'll see.
We just messaged Sam. Here's confirmation. We messaged Sam how much for the trampoline. Are you willing? And next message, are you willing to negotiate?
I'll
Oh,
just tell him I have what?
okay.
I have the rest of a kit of Star Trek Enterprise models of the 101 to 2500 scale.
Dude,
I'll
listen.
trade you for those.
Listen.
Okay.
Can
that's that.
someone else send him a message?
Jeff.
Can someone else send a message about the firewood?
This guy's gonna get the most engagement on Facebook he's ever.
How much for the firewood?
in his entire life? He's like, I
Dude.
don't know. People want the trampoline. They want the firewood.
Dude,
His wife's like, the kids still use the trampoline. We need the firewood. He's like, but they're gonna give.
dude, winter's
They're
coming.
gonna trade us a set of Star Trek models.
Oh,
He's one of those guys who just can't resist a trade.
dude,
He's just bartering all day.
we got gravel parking lot right here. The Tahoe SL.
No, this is the red flag of can't spell a damn thing.
What's
We have a
this?
small frame.
Oh, I thought it said smell frame.
No, he got small, right? Small frame, 17-inch 29er, hydraulic disc brakes, lock system, suspension gears. I don't know what suspension gears are, but somebody needs to find out what this guy knows about suspension gears because he's onto something. And he likes the show 24. Like, you want to talk about the show 24? Because I'm game.
Dude.
Sorry, some people can't spell things, but this is again another.
Dude, any other
It's
photos?
another
What do
just-
we got photo-wise? Let's look at the photos.
Okay, what else is going on?
Okay, bike against tree, number 2.
Like against tree. Yeah, it's fine.
Just lay it in the grass. Bike against tree, but
this-
fork.
Man, cable and housing must have been on sale when this bike was made.
Oh, look at that. It's
we
not
just
internal.
we got lassos for days going on here. This must be the lock system he was talking
I will
about.
say,
The
that
lock
there.
system is currently not operational because that housing's not even in the stop.
Look at that. Look, bike mechanics review.
See, bike
Reveal.
right? Bike mechanics reveal your post is shit because and it's got these Continental tires that are trash. Moving
Full
on.
on. Curtis
This might be
wants,
the best photo of the whole thing.
Curtis wants to make this a full-on trolling show. what that makes.
What?
Can someone just buy that man's firewood? I will say that there's at least multiple photos, because my other gripe is when people post one photo.
Yeah, that was Trampoline Man.
Trampoline Man.
Was one
Ready?
photo.
Ready? Dude, what's his story, dude? What's the story of this guy's life?
Why must this bike go?
Dude, definitely Leatherman.
Ooh,
This is
trade
a
him
dad.
a Leatherman?
Shorts.
Oh, he has a Leatherman.
Leatherman.
Yeah.
Phone holster.
Yeah, for sure.
Done.
For sure. Okay.
Oh, let's just go to a wide view of the marketplace. Did you have that? Where I think you just go back, exit, and go back to the wide view. Let's look at some of the options on the wide view. I mean, there are tons of good deals, and
Yeah.
like
Okay. Steve said the whiskey was hitting hard for a minute. We're fine.
dude,
Trampoline Man had us though.
dude.
He had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be there. I don't know if it translated onto the live, but
we were chatting about
dude.
him. We were chatting about him. Okay. Anyway,
let's go to this fixed gear right here.
this is Facebook under my account. I just typed in the search "bike for sale."
All right.
So what do we got? We got
I like this fixie right here. Let's
which
look
one?
at this
This
fixie.
one, the first one. Bike sale, vintage steel road grout. Wait.
Like for some reason
No.
that is a good photo right there.
Good photo.
That is a great photo.
My problem
$300.
is this guy is selling multiple bikes and combining his listings, which kind of is annoying. You don't know if the one you're looking at is the one for the price that's being shown.
So if you look over in the corner,
Yes.
it's like I'm selling this bike
like-
and this bike and this
Yeah,
bike.
I restore, collect, refurbish. I do all this stuff. Prices are $250 to $1,500. Well, what's this fucking bike cost? I got to message you.
Is
this
it available? There it is, guys.
So,
Let's scroll through. Let's look at some of the
actually
options.
I would be curious to actually have a conversation with this person and wonder how much money they make doing this on Facebook.
Oh,
Like, are they able to?
I think we're being judgy. Cameron says, but if one photo is, I can't see because the heart's in the way.
But when one photo is that good,
Oh, stop judging.
stop judging.
One photo, yeah. I guess one photo could be good, but most of the time, there's one bad photo.
I will always say it takes a lot for me to stop judging. So.
What's the next photo on this?
Oh, what was my page? Where'd we go? There we go.
There
Next
we go.
photo. See, it's a different bike.
Is it ever bike?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one photo of multiple bikes. Ugh. That right there, that makes that bike right there does not do it for me.
Nope.
Not stoked.
This is like $5 yard sale. Somebody can ride it around if they want to, but no, he tried to put on the white bar tape, the white Veta saddle, kept the rack on it. Like, it's still gonna be awful to ride.
It's gonna be a terrible bike to ride. This is a classic. What bike is that?
It's a Raleigh.
Oh yeah.
It's a blah 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 blah. Whatever.
It's all right, but it's not like amazing. And it's like a couple of things. It's got a freewheel. It's like 5-speed.
Right.
It's just not going to be a great bike.
You can't. Even if you think about trying to like redo it, like, oh, could I put a flat bar on it? Okay, yeah, sure. Go one by, reduce the, crap off the front of it. You still have the freewheel on the back. You still got to figure out where to put a shifter. Oh, well, maybe you can make it a single speed. It's all pointless. Like, as is, maybe fine. It's still uncomfortable to ride. It's still no fun. Anyway, you guys don't care.
Yeah, that's the bike right there. Like, this is like the vintage bike that's just kind of annoying.
I'm still rolling around out there because, like, you could just go buy a hybrid
for a little bit
from
more
10 years ago for like the same amount of money.
For a little bit more.
Because a hybrid Trek from 10 years ago cost $500, and that person will gladly let you buy it for $200.
And you're going to be substantially happier.
Yeah. So don't buy old stuff because it says vintage. Vintage doesn't mean you'll like it. Oh, deal of the week right here. 2018 Scott Gambler downhill mountain bike. If you're looking for a mountain downhill bike,
That's actually
and you don't have $4,500, maybe you could ignore this and save up and buy the $4,500 Santa Cruz V10 because that's a much better choice. $1,000 for a Scott Gambler.
That's not bad. I mean, I would have to look at it. I'm always skeptical on mountain bikes.
Okay, that was loud.
Ow!
Downhill. When it comes to downhill bikes, if you're a regular, little shift of things here because I want to know what you think and maybe what you guys think. If you're a regular ass mountain biker, Front Range, Denver, right? You charge hard. You know, you drive a Tacoma.
Maybe a 4Runner.
Or a 4Runner. Anyway, you pay attention to the Strava, all that, whatever. But you want a downhill bike for park days.
Park days.
I run into this question with people all the time, and they're like, do I buy a nice downhill bike and have like a middle of the road trail bike, or do I buy a nice trail bike? What do you do? And my opinion is nice trail bike all day long. And whatever and downhill bike needs to have decent suspension, good brakes.
I mean, I think
somebody prove me, like argue otherwise for me, because I don't ride a ton of downhill bikes. If I do ride park, it's trestle, and you don't need a downhill bike. You don't need a downhill bike. Exactly.
Trestle has one downhill trail, and then the rest is totally doable on a
doable
5.5
fun.
Yeah, 5.5 inch travel bike.
Yeah, exactly.
I've even ridden my hardtail. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I ride a bunch of the trails full speed on a Surly Instigator.
Where were we? I've done the same on a Soma Valhalla.
And at the end of the day, I hit a toaster-sized rock and flatted while a storm was rolling in. And I had to get off the mountain quick.
Sounds good.
I flatted hard. So that's the only time is when you hit that toaster-sized rock on the resort.
Yeah. Okay.
But trestle is 100% doable on your trail bike. You might want to lower the seat. You might want to put flat pedals on.
I know all that.
Yeah.
And I'm
for the viewers.
But if you're buying a downhill bike,
don't buy a downhill bike for trestle.
Well,
and just don't ride trestle downhill unless you have a downhill bike. But
trestle downhill is fine on a good.
It's steep, it's rocky in sections, but it's not like the craziest.
It's fine.
Yeah, and one thing I really do like about trestle is you can work your way up. Like you start on the green trails and they're easy.
Yes.
Like
sure.
You could do that on any hardtail. And then as you work your way up, the progression is good.
Okay. Sure.
Like there's a good level of progression where you're not like, oh my God, there's gap jumps and stuff. You don't get to any gap jumps until you get to black diamonds and double black diamonds.
I love how we went from shopping cheap shit on Facebook to gap jumps at Trestle.
Gap jumps, dog.
That's what we get.
But you don't need a downhill bike. Now, if you're going to go ride Keystone, if you're going to ride, I don't know, where's another downhill park in Colorado?
Jeff Young says Vail.
Vail, yeah, that's...
I haven't ridden Vail. I've done Keystone.
Yeah. But, like, I think most people just want fun and flow, and that's why I like Trestle. And most bikes in the 5.5 to 6.5 inch travel range are going to do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's where I struggle, because I'm not a flow guy.
You want it just rocking hard.
I want it rocking hard. Yeah. That's what I want. Just give it to me.
But I like a bike that is spry and maneuverable. And I was talking about this with Jeff Young on the trail. Like, I love a 5.5 inch travel bike.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot for me. I had a Kona 167.
How much travel is that?
I had a Kona 167, which is in 6 and some change. Oh, tape measure.
140.
And, yeah, 140. That's like perfect. I had a 167, and I just like, it was just a little too mushy, mush. And it was great on, I did like Telluride, I did Powderhorn. I did a bunch of different downhill stuff. It was a ton of fun, but for riding around Front Range, it was just a little much.
I'm with you.
It had a lyric. So yeah. So 5.5. Look for a 5.5-inch trail bike, and that is perfect for, I think, 80%.
And then
to
buy
90%.
yourself a $1,000 Scott Gambler.
You know what? No. Here is the deal. You need to buy a Specialized Big Hit from like 2008.
I thought those were just for stairs.
Those.
We've covered this. Those
Yeah.
are just for riding stairs at the local college, man.
Dude, sometimes you can ride stairs down mountains, and they're just as fun.
Mountain stairs? Sounds made up. Okay.
Most people suck. Listen, if you want to get better at bike riding, go ride a pump track 3 days a week on a BMX bike. You will get really good really fast.
I love it rocking hard.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's getting
true.
late.
It's 9:30.
It is a time. Do you have any final thoughts? Jerry Springer, final thought. Go.
Jerry Springer, final thoughts on
I
buying.
think I ran out of whiskey 6 ago.
Trying not to act drunk.
Keep it together, dude. Be
It's
a
empty.
professional.
It's empty.
There's a little left
You guys,
in there.
we were drinking out of copper cups tonight. Final thoughts: buying from Facebook and the internet. Dude, I don't know.
Used shit.
Used fucking.
It's a mixed bag, man.
You just have to know what you're doing, and a lot of people don't. So it's tough because I know so much about bikes, right? Which is like the only thing I know things about, which is
Yeah. It's true.
like it's funny how that sounds like arrogant. I know a lot about bikes. Well, what else?
He
do you know
knows
about?
nothing about
fucking
plumbing.
nothing. Like yeah,
Dude, plumbing-
I can do no other jobs.
Coding, the internet,
Spreadsheets.
spreadsheets.
No, can't do.
Can't do it.
Not a clue. So, but bikes. So, if you're buying used, yeah, like seriously employ the knowledge that other people have. If you have a friend who knows a lot about, do it. Right? Ask them. Send them stuff. If there's a bike shop that's cool, that's like, yeah, let us know. I tell this to people pretty frequently here. It's like, yeah, if you're shopping, you see something that's interesting, send me the link. I'll tell you if it's a good bike, a good deal, if the sizing's appropriate for you, if you're going to need to make any alterations to it for some of that stuff, I'll let you know. So that's just the stuff that people run into. Like,
Yeah.
the problems that people have is like they buy bikes and like if it's mountain bikes, usually suspension's trashed and they're going to be several $100s into suspension repairs.
Buy bikes from Texas.
Yeah. If you're buying a bike
Buy it
in the
from
front
a flat
range,
state.
look at the seller, try to find who they are on like Instagram, and if they're like part of like Rude Boys, don't buy that bike. That bike is trash.
You know what? Mountain bikes from Kansas, great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you will, make a drive to somewhere else and
I'm
buy
going to
and buy a
Kansas.
bike. Yeah, go to Kansas.
I'm gonna go buy a
Go buy a
Santa Cruz.
6-inch travel bike in Kansas.
Yeah.
and
I would
then-
say Florida, but the rust.
I would say Florida, but also Florida.
Dude, there are people
thanks.
who buy stupid bikes in Florida, and then they sell them.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
go to Mexico
why would you buy that bike?
and hope that like one of those semis full of all the stolen bikes from the front range just shows up, and then you can buy one for cheap there.
Well-
but you got to kind of feel that out for a while. You
Now-
might have to hang out for a minute.
if you hung out in LA during like 2021 era, what you did is you just ran along the trains, you cracked the shipping containers out, and you just sold the bikes right out of the containers.
That would have worked too.
That happened.
Is that ship sailed?
Maybe. Wah, wah, wah. I worked at a company, ended up having...
Shipping and logistics jokes, we're kind of all about it.
Dude, there was a huge thing out of LA. People were just stealing bikes off the train.
I love it.
Something like $2 million bikes,
That's
$2 million
crazy.
worth of bikes from Specialized. We had bikes stolen from the company I worked at. It was nuts.
Right off the train.
But
Anyway.
if you have to resort to Facebook Marketplace,
like my biggest like piece of advice and suggestion is don't be arrogant. Don't be worried about acting like you don't know anything. Just take the knowledge that you have or don't have, get as much as you can get, and try to make the best decision possible, because then you're going to end up with the best bike.
Yeah.
Don't act like you need to know everything. You don't have to know everything. It's fine. And there's plenty, I guarantee you, there's plenty of real good bike shop people who are willing to help you through that. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to help them, and then you're going to buy something, and then you're going to be like, they were great. I'm going to go back to it.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on Jeff Young.
Oh, I thought you were going to touch on me.
No, Jeff Young so we were climbing up Apex.
Oh, we're going to go past 9:30 here, so
we're going
buckle
past
up.
9:30. We're going up Apex. This is like the first ride of the year, because I haven't ridden in like almost 2 years. I look at bikes, I fantasize about bikes, and then I go ride with Jeff Young like 2 years later. And
who's a bike fantasy himself.
Who's a bike, like sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
And I'm hiking up the hill. I'm a little delirious. I'm breathing hard. And I hear Jeff Young just yell, you know, you're going to get yourself killed.
Was he talking to you?
Yeah. But the problem with Jeff Young's voice is he just kind of sounds pleasant. Like, he doesn't have like a really aggressive, he's just like, hey kid, you're going to get yourself killed. And this guy, like 40 feet away, is hiking down Apex, and he's like, excuse me? And I'm rolling up to the situation, and it just sounds like Jeff Young's threatening someone on the trail. And it turns out, don't hike down the trail.
On the wrong day.
On the wrong day.
Yeah.
Because you will get harassed.
And you might get yourself killed.
And not only will you get yourself killed, but you'll get somebody else hurt. Remember, even days.
Ooh, are we gonna do a show coming up on trail etiquette?
Etiquette. Read signs.
Okay.
Ride bikes on the right day on the right trail, and everyone's happy. We've actually.
All right. We're gonna conquer the question at some point. How fast is too fast?
How fast? That is a great question. How fast is too fast? Love the feedback. What's reckless?
You guys tell us. How fast is too fast? My opinion, my position. There is no such thing as too fast. Just don't hit people.
No. What happened was we got to the top of the hill, and about 5 other people pulled up and said, did you see that hiker? And Jeff was like, yeah, we yelled at him. And then I was like, well, no, I didn't really yell at him. I just kind of was like out of breath and thought I was going to die. And then everyone, at least 5 people went down and yelled at him. And by the time I got to him, because I was at the end of the pack, he was hiking out of the trail. No word on the trampoline.
No word on the trampoline.
If the trampoline is for sale.
We'll have to get back with you guys next week.
But what is too fast? Dude, one thing about trail etiquette is if you stop in the trail, you step to the side. And I've made this mistake.
We're gonna ruffle the feathers.
Oh God, this is the whole show about it. Okay, but if you stop, you move over. That's one thing.
But how fast is too fast?
How fast is too fast?
You can go as fast as you want. As long as you don't hit anyone. If you don't hit someone, it's fine.
I get reckless.
The only rule is I can't hit you. I can scare you. I can worry you. I can startle you. These things are fine. I can't hit you.
I go mountain biking because I want to go fast. And I can't do that on things like the highway or speed walking at the mall.
Right,
I could give somebody a heart attack, or rollerblading on 16th Street Mall. I can't go fast in those places as fast as I want.
Enough. Nope.
But I go mountain biking to go fast and to go hard. As hard as I can in my condition of being an out-of-shape dad.
Which is real hard. All right.
All right, that's going to do it for tonight.
We're done.
Join us.
We don't know what is happening, but we love it. And we love you.
Curtis, if you don't go ride, also, Curtis, you need to use leverage when working on your vehicle and not pull your back out. Because we could actually ride bikes if you didn't hurt yourself.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself if you're old.
All right, that's closing the show, and good night.
Hopefully next week.